All right, race fans, we got a little presentation we're going to do here in a minute. We're going to put a little water on the racetrack. I caught up with Kevin Sestera here. Don't run off here. I know there's a little trash blowing around, and that's about to drive you nuts. But, Kevin, man, you've done a great job with this place, your entire crew. Great meet and greet, man. Tell us a little bit about how the season's going, minus all the rain.
Well, we had about almost 10 inches of rain the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So the tracks, we had to tighten up the track pretty hard, so that was why it slicked off there at the first. So if we hadn't have done that, it would have rutted up and tore up a lot of equipment. So spraying some water on it just to try to keep the dust down a little bit, and hopefully it doesn't rubber up and we can get some good features.
So I know you got a lot going on. June 22nd, you got the Twin 20 stock car races, Steth Oilfield Services, Leslie Gill coming out here. Double features, $2,000 to win. Come on over here just a little bit here. I was in the wrong spot, I was told. You got that coming up. You got the Cowboy Up Classic coming. You got a lot of special events, but I'm not going to lie to you. One I've got on my calendar is into September, World Outlaw Late Models, man. How pumped are you to have that race here?
Man, we're excited. That was kind of a tough deal to get. It's a big purse, big risk on our end, so the fans that are here, we're going to ask you guys to come back out and support us. Tickets will be a little bit higher than normal, but it'll be worth the money. You know, we were talking the other day about Monster Truck Jam and how much tickets were to that, and so. But just know it's going to be well worth the money. Some of the best late model drivers in the country are going to be here at World Outlaws. Sure, a lot of you guys have heard the sprint cars. Late models are coming, and it was a tall task to get them here, and hopefully we can put a good show on them, for them.
One final question here, and then we'll get to this other deal. 10th annual Brian Mize Memorial is coming up Labor Day weekend. That one started 10 years ago, Grayson County Speedway. It's moved around a little bit. Always been a good event. I know that race means a lot to you. How cool is it going back to the original format, IMCA modifieds and open modifieds, just like we did at Grayson the first one? Right now, guaranteed $5,000 to win, both features, $1,000 to start, but there is rumors floating around. Those potentially could be $10,000 to win features.
Yeah, we're working with a few sponsors to get that up to $10,000 win for both divisions, $1,000 start for those guys. So that should be a big weekend. I'm expecting, you know, between the two modified classes, probably 120 cars just in those two divisions. Then we'll have the 3 more support divisions. So it'll be a long weekend, but we'll get them all in. Thursday's going to be a practice. Friday will be qualifying. Then we'll come back with the features and last chance on Saturday. But yeah, the 10th annual. You know, me and you, we started that 10 years ago. So it's hard to believe. Brian's still a special part to us and our racing and what we do here. So we just want to honor him. And modified racing was his passion. So that's always been our modified special. And we've been talking for a couple of years. We wanted to do this, try to get that to 10,000 win for the 10th annual. So we'll see what happens.
Race fan, that is Kevin Sestera. Big round of applause. If you're enjoying the Rocket Raceway Park, he has turned this place around. He has done a tremendous amount for motorsports in Texas. He actually wasn't too bad of a race car driver. Don't tell him I said that. I'll say you're lying to him. But I like him a lot more as a promoter. But anyway, before we get started, you ready to start, Chase? We'll get started here. I want to first of all thank Marc Madison for coming out. You probably have seen a little bit of scuttle on the internet. Phil Wimple, he's out of Maine, actually. He writes for RaceOn, super good guy. He hit me up, it's probably been 8 months, a year ago now. He said, how come you don't have a motorsports type Hall of Fame in the state of Texas? I said, Phil, that's a great question. I think our history of our sport is very crucial to the development and the continuation of our sport. So he went to work. He's part of a Hall of Fame in Maine, I believe Vermont, New Hampshire, all up in that area. He's working with a lot of other folks. I feel honored he asked me, and he's asked Sestera to kind of sit on some of the steering committees and get things rolling. But it will be a 501c3. They're working on finishing up all the business side of it. But it's a pretty cool thing that we're going to be able to start doing in Texas. We're going to get to honor our legends. We're going to get to honor the people that paved the way. So for some of you that are young, you won't know some of the names maybe going in at the beginning, but trust me when I tell you, they were so important to the development and the growth of what we have today. So all the criteria on how the selection committee will be put together, what you've had to have done in the business, whether it's on the track or whether you were a promoter, photographer, flagman, whatever you did to help enhance the sport, grow the sport through your work and effort. The biggest challenge I feel, honestly, we're going to have is there's so many qualified people. When you start running through the names of people, you know, you have a Howard Willis, you got a Henry Witt, you got the White brothers from Waco, you got Smiley Sinton, You got A.J. Foyt. You got Terry and Bobby Labonte. Like, there is a ton of people that will be Hall of Fame worthy, but I will tell you this, just in our discussions, it's going to be hard to get into this Hall of Fame. If you make it to this Hall of Fame, you truly deserve to be in there. It won't be a watered-down Hall of Fame, and that's something I'm honored with. So without further ado, Kevin, I'll get you to kind of uncrudely wrap my crude wrapping here. Would officially like to present to you, and this will all finish working, and we'll present it in 2025, but officially the Texas Short Track Hall of Fame. We're excited about it. Everybody give Phil Wimple. He's up in Maine watching us tonight. Give him a big round of applause for spearheading this event. I'm excited about it. I love the history of our sport. Like I said, without the history of our sport, we really don't have a sport. So I grew up with so many legends and got to race with some of them and watch them and get to meet them and know them and such a deal. You know, Eldon Dotson, Troy Taylor, Kevin Ramey. There's so many guys kind of when I was a little bit younger that I grew up watching. But even before that, you know, you had Max Thomas. You had his dad, M.M. Thomas. You know, you had so many legends back in the day. I'm excited to be a part of this. We want to thank y'all for being here. Make sure you go to social media. There is a site set up for Texas Short Track Hall of Fame. Make sure you go like it, get the updates, and be watching because we're fixing to start unveiling a bunch of more information so you can follow along. But I want to thank y'all for being here at the Rocky Raceway Park. Get ready to watch some great features. Kevin, thanks for letting us do this here. We'll see y'all down the road somewhere soon. Appreciate it.